Hey y'all, 15 minutes before the clock strikes 12. And I'm getting to the point now, if I don't come on live, I'm starting to feel convicted. So tonight's message is live your truth, not theirs. This message is dedicated to my beautiful sister, Anita Hadiyah, aka Queen Cat. Anita really inspired me to live my truth because she is unapologetically who she is. It does not matter what people think about her. It does not matter what people say about her. She lives life for real, on her own terms, to the point where sometimes she has to question herself of, am I thinking that much differently than other people? A couple examples of that would be, we are all PKs, we're all preachers' kids. And there came a point where we all were kind of feeling the toil of kind of attending churches out of obligation instead of attending church because it was something that we wanted to do. We had to attend church because there was a job for us to do. And when you're in the role of serving all the time, sometimes that can get tiresome, and you want someone and you want others to be able to pour into you. And my sister actually had the courage to have that conversation with our parents. And it was not an easy pill for our wonderful, amazing parents to swallow that, you know, their kids are telling them that church is becoming like a job versus something that is feeding, because you end up being the ones pouring and healing others. But then when it's time for that to come back to you, it seems like it doesn't happen the same way. And that was a hard conversation to have. And it was hard for our parents to hear and accept. But we're blessed enough to have parents to have an open mind and hear what we were saying and be open to some of our ideas around how can we change things so that it is beneficial to everyone involved. Another example is when Anita decided to live her life on her own terms and started dating a woman that was also something that she did not have any issues sharing or expressing herself to the world. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's so bold. Like, how are you not scared to say how you feel? How are you not scared to like let people know how you feel without thinking about what they would think about you in return? And it's just like, she just always lived out loud, whereas I was more reserved. Even my baby sister and I were joking about how, I'm talking about you, Nita. Even my baby sister and I were talking about how even her, when she was younger, and our parents would buy her certain toys, and she would say, "That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted." She didn't have any fear telling our parents, who did the best that they could, that whatever they bought her was something that she did not want. So I think that might be an oldest kid thing also, where you're always kind of concerned about what you're doing and what you're saying and what you want to express. You're always concerned about what your people are going to think about you because there's such a high standard set for you. Whereas your younger siblings are not as fearful of what people think, do, or say. They're going to live life on their own terms. That's what I was saying about you, Nita. So you got to catch it from the beginning. So I say that to say this: as long as you're living a life that is unauthentic, you're going to always be unfulfilled. But when you learn to live your truth. And sometimes it takes somebody stepping out in their truth to set you free. I can honestly say that my sister, Anita Haria, stepped out in her truth. And by her stepping out in her truth, it gave me the courage to step out in my truth and live my life on my own terms as well. Sometimes somebody has to open that gate for you to kind of walk through it. And to her, I will publicly say thank you for living your truth, because by living your truth, you have set so many people free, not only in your personal life, not only in your spiritual life, but also in your everyday life of how you just choose to live life on your own terms. So continue to do that. Continue to be that gate for other people. I forget the term for it when you are like the person that kind of opens up the door for other people to walk through it, but continue doing that. And it takes more of us in your own respective places to do those things for other people, whether it be in corporate America, whether it be in ministry, whether it be in your friend circle or whatever. Sometimes it takes one person to stand up in their truth and say something is not right, something is working, something is not working, so that you can allow and make room for other people to live out loud and know that it's okay to accept themselves for who they are. Let them know that they can make it. That was one of the testimonies that really touched me this weekend from sharing my story, how others told me that by hearing you, we used to feel like because we were bisexual or because we were same sex that we didn't matter to people anymore. And I want you to know that if that's your story, that is not the case. You don't have to claim any kind of set, such as like the LGBTQAIA community. You don't have to claim a community. You can just live unapologetically as you are. And if you do claim a community, there's nothing wrong with that either. Just know that whatever your choices are in life, you matter and your choices matter. And if it touches your soul, then that means that whatever you're sent here to do and is touching your soul, you're sent here to do it for a reason. So be encouraged in living your truth, living out loud. Give flowers to those who make room for you. I don't care if it's in art. I don't care if it's in just everyday life, professional or personal. If somebody opened the door for you, give them their flowers, tell them thank you, and you extend that door to another person by telling your truth and living on your own terms. So I wanted to leave that with you tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you are just now hopping on, I'm seeing some people just now hopping on, watch from the beginning, leave me a like, leave me a comment after you have a chance to watch the video. I would love to hear your thoughts on living your truth and how someone who lived their truth allowed you and made room for you to show up as your 100% authentic self. So I hope that you guys have a good night. Go be successful and go practice successful behavior. I'll see you next time.